Hello friends, this is the first time farmer over 50. Welcome to the homestead. So back on September the 4th, I began clearing the eastern property line. And I was anticipating that it would take me somewhere in the neighborhood of about 4 weeks to get it all done. So I started on September the 4th, and on September the 4th, I was able to clear a slight path all the way up the property line. And then the goal after that each day was to widen that out to 20 feet. So it was to go 50 feet per day and at a width of 20 feet, so that there would be a 20-foot wide swath up the property line. And 10 feet in from the property line was where the electric fence, the perimeter fence, would go. So I started working on that right away. So September the 4th was the day we did the property line. And this is the back corner of the property line. And then we're going to take a stroll up there to show you what has been accomplished. So the 4th was Monday, that was the Labor Day. And then I wasn't able to get back out here until Thursday, which was the 7th of September. So I worked the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th. And then, again, was not able to get back out here until yesterday, the 14th. And then again today, the 15th. So this is what's been accomplished. This is the wash right here, where Lonicera and maple trees and whatever else was cut down, just tossed in there with the hope that it might slow down some of the erosion. And this area through here is pretty steep. We're pretty much like right on the property line here. So the property line runs pretty much right up through this wash. So it gets really steep here and up into there. And this is the area that I finished clearing just today. I had 50 feet remaining and was able to get that taken care of. So still some things that I am not going to deal with, like that big ash tree right there. That little maple tree right there in the center, I pretty much cut him down, but he is wrapped around that ash tree, and I did not want to mess with him, so I just left him standing there. He's not going anywhere. I pushed and tugged and did everything I could to get him out of there, but I was afraid I was going to dislodge that ash tree, so I just decided it was best to just leave well enough alone, which is what I did. So this is more of the 50-foot, last of the 50-foot stretch. And again, right here we're looking up the property line. I don't know if you can see that T-post right there in front of that tree. That's the last one before the end of the back corner of the property. Big dead ash tree right there. I didn't bother cutting him down. I probably could have, but I just decided to let it go. And all through the wash here, lots of maple stuff. Just tossed it all right in there. Get it out of the way. Okay, and this is an area cut down. There's 6 maple trees through this area, smaller ones, and Bruce took all of these down today. There's a trunk from one of them. Got some firewood up here from another. Just some short logs there. Not sure what I'm going to do with those. Basically, it was just a matter of getting rid of them. That's all I really wanted to do. And again, looking up the property line. And step down into a wash. I threw some of the stuff into the wash. Come back and do some more stuff with this later. Try to stop the erosion or do something to it. Slow it down at least. Alright. And here we are at the dump area. The next 50 to 75 feet or so have a lot of junk in them. Here's some fencing that's was seen on that previous video. And more stuff having been thrown into the wash. Sort of junk. This will all be fenced off so that animals are not trying to graze broken glass and rusty metal. There's a big oak tree. He is right on the line where the perimeter fence will go, so we'll have to skirt around him a little bit. A gas can. This area through here was really thick, just with all kinds of stuff. There were small trees that were just all twisted together. It was a mess. There's also some honeysuckle in here. And there were 5 small trees that had to come down. There were a couple of cedar. Let's see what else was in here. A couple of maple. That oak tree right there. I thought about cutting him down, but because he's an oak tree, I decided to leave him go. So he gets to stay. He's just a few feet off of the property line. There's one of the maple stumps right there. Have a few cedar logs. I did not stack these up nicely. I just got them down, cut them up, and pretty much left those lay. There's a big cedar tree. Cleaned up all around underneath him. And here are a few cedar logs that I cut up today, and these I did stack up nicely. Another big cedar. Now we were kind of off to the side. We're about 15 feet away from the property line. See the post there. My chair with all my chainsaw stuff. This area here just a short time ago was an absolute mess. I cut down a couple of maple trees. Took a chunk off of that tree right there. I don't know what kind of tree that is, but the whole thing probably should come down, but I just took the one limb of it off, cleaned that up. This is where that big cedar was. There's the trunk of the cedar laying there on the ground. And the 2 bigger logs there at the bottom of that pile, they were the upper portions of that. So that's all been cleaned up. It was laying right through here. So now we got a free area to walk now. And let's see, a couple of cedars that were dropped through here as well. Took out, let's see, I think it took out an ash tree, small ash tree actually, that was right there, that stump. And then these, they're wild grapevines all entwined in these. So there's one regular tree, it's still alive. There's a cedar tree, it's still alive. And then we have these 3 dead ash trees. And they are just all wrapped up in that grapevine stuff. So if I cut one down, it's not going to go anywhere because the grapevines will be holding it up, and I don't really want to get into that tangled mess. So I just decided to leave those go. Alright, another cedar that was dropped. And then there was this dead ash tree here. So this is about a 8-foot stump. I dropped that the other day. But this one was probably a good 30 feet tall. And I cut him down, but he was leaning, so I had to go in and cut sections out. So I just left those where they are. Get those some other time. They're outside of the, for the most part, they're outside of the 20-foot swath, so I'm really not going to worry about them. There's my chainsaw, and here we are, up to the top of the, to the bottom of the 1.6 acre pasture. Now this area through here, there's some cedars and some dead ash that have to be cleaned out there as well. There's a big pile of brush it's going to be right where the perimeter fence is going to be. So I'm going to have to move that, but that'll be done at a later date. And this area you have seen before. Cool sun coming through there. If you hear a rumbling in the background, that's my neighbor Thomas mowing his yard. And we are just about to the road. So that was a much better view than we had the last time. Got everything pretty well cleared out. So that was a lot of work, but it didn't take me nearly as long as I thought it would take me. I really thought I'd be working another 2 weeks on it, but fortunately it wasn't as time consuming as I thought. So we were able to get that done start to finish in just 12 days. Pretty awesome. Well, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Please hit like and subscribe on your way out. And we look forward to seeing you again in the future, but if not, we will see you in the pasture.